All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Make sure, all right. All right. Giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, GMS. All right. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect, the remnant out there around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. This is Ak Yakal coming out of the GMS South Carolina Midlands branch. Okay. Coming with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakah Kwadash. Because we are in the time of prophecies. All right. Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come, it will not tarry. We are living in the last days of the last days, the ushering in the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, which is the kingdom of heaven that's going to be on earth, that he's joint heirs with Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Seminole Indian descents, but y'all don't want that heritage as of right now. So the same should know it after death by pain. All right. And what really inspired me to go through this lesson is basically, just thinking about Proverbs 29 and 2. Let's just go to that before I click those videos, because this is the average minds of the people, whether people believe it or not, or have putting on that false illusion or, this false distraction to keep them from reality. And a lot of people in America, that's all they are known for and what they do, trying to remain as comfortable as possible in a declining society. A lot of people know that this society is on a rapid decline each and every day. But then again, most people don't understand or don't know how to, get out of that situation. And the only way is serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, praying that you are part of the elect. All right, the remnant that the Lord promised protection in the times of evils. All right, in the times of, perilous times that the Lord has promised via through the scriptures, man. All right. And I want to get this Proverbs 29 and verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. And that's, really a message for you false Israelite camps that know the truth. You sellouts basically. All right. The elders and apostles, of Great Millstone been years after years after years getting on you camps about your doctrine, telling you that if you continue down this path, you're going to be destroyed, but you still continue in that path just for, comfortability, just for, being a someone in this society. And that's really not a spiritual man. That's not a spiritual man at all. A spiritual man will understand that he is in hell. When it's time is to really shine, and it's ultimately in the kingdom of heaven. And first and foremost, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to get their shine and glory first and foremost, because those are our powers, man. People fail to realize how powerful our power is, man. All right. And they take that for granted. All right. Take it lightly, especially when it comes down to teaching, false doctrine, because taught by the precept of men. All right. They're scared to rub elbows and offend the people. But according to the scriptures, according to the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you have to lift up your voice like a trumpet and spare not people's feelings, man. You're supposed to tell them 100% raw truth, because our lives are on the line. Our souls depend on this truth, man. And that goes for, anybody that, always being reproved and they harden their neck because due to pride, because a lot of, men has that ego in them, think they're not wrong and think nobody can really tell them nothing. But at the end of the day, if you're a spiritual man, you'll understand we're all filthy and we all need corrections in some shape, form, or fashion, whether it be the little things or whether it be the big, He that being often reproved hardeneth his heart, his neck, Salakia, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. All right, a speedy remnants, man. It shall be destroyed. But here's the point. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And the state that we're in right now, people are not rejoicing. A lot of people are always complaining, talking about how much they're suffering. All right. That's all I hear, working at a retail store, man. Oh, the price is always going up. Oh, everything going up, but the pay. I ain't got enough money. You know how Jake is, always doing that complaining, but still can afford fancy cars, little jewelry here and there, trick off here and there, liquor, drugs. Like I say, it's people fail to realize they got their priorities fucked up. And that's just the reality of it. OK, with that being said, if you're in that predicament, you would have to make sacrifices. A lot of things you would have to cut out. But a lot of Jakes, they due to this system, this Babylonian dream, this nightmare, which they're now seeing it. But back then, they was really into, everything was, fine and okie-dory in the land of America. But now they're starting to realize it as the years prolong in this place, it's getting worse and worse. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right. And that lets you know that, and honest to truth, you can really ask anybody on the street, the average American, and really ask them on a serious question. From a scale 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the American dream or with your living conditions or situations? A lot of them are not going to be satisfied. OK, or even asking about the government. All right. But you can just ask, the small things to these people. And these people are going to be in a vexing, crying out state, man. All right. A mourning state, complaining, but still trusting in this place, especially our people. Going back to Isaiah the 30th chapter, verse 1 and 3. Matter of fact, let's see if I can get it. Just, going into our people, because our people are the ones that's really under, the curses. Our people really, really trust in oppression. Going back to Psalm 62 and 10. OK, they really trust in oppression, man. And trust in vanity, riches, and so on and so forth. OK, that's our people. Isaiah 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, and that they may add sin to sin. Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right. And the shadow of Egypt is the new Babylon. All right. The American system, the American philosophies. All right. The democracies, anything that America has going for. That's what basically all nations try to, cleave unto. But the Lord is stirring up these nations according to certain prophecies, Joel the 3rd chapter mainly. All right. Let the weak say I am strong. All right. All thy confederacy shall turn unto thee. Roughly paraphrasing Obadiah. OK. And even the book of Revelation 17 and 18 going into those. All right. How Babylon is going to be destroyed and be destroyed by, the whore shall be burned with the beast. I mean, the beast shall burn the whore. Salakia, slip of the tongue. The beast shall burn the whore, man. All right. The beast representing NATO and the EU. All right. They're allies, once allies. And that whore, the people that's, the rulership and the people that's in control of that whore. All right. And mainly, AKA America, man. America is that whore, man. That virgin whore. All right. She's a virgin. She hasn't been touched by a real bad catastrophes or, you know, like in the time of World War, different world wars, different lands done got destroyed terribly. But America was the only, place or country that was to be feared at one point in time. But now, the weak are rising up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right. The trust in Esau, the new modern day Pharaoh, and the shadow of Egypt is the system, man. All right. Going into that. What you trust in, anything that America says, y'all just go with it. All right. This the same place that has a motto, make America great again, which in all actuality, America was never great. All right. These people that, call themselves, the rulers of this country, they are really wicked and evil. All right. They are our enemies through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And it makes sense why everything is everything, man. But people don't see that, or they don't want to acknowledge that. But that's all right, though, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is he's going to force everybody their attention, man. Okay, that's just and that's the great power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Kahalayam la Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Real talk. But yeah, man, this plays through. And let me show the videos. And this from, a page. Subscribe to the brother. You see the page, The Hopeful Elect 3. And it's just different people and different, mainly just say Shedemites. But hey, you never know through the spirit. These might be Israelites, not this, Israelite foreigners, because you do have to understand that, our people have been mingled among the heathens. Our people, real life, looking like a heathen, man. And that's terrible, because technically the heathens are unclean. They're outside of the temple. So when you mingle in yourself with the heathens and then worship their gods and practice their customs, the Lord really look at you as a heathen, man. And some of the people, and even the dark skinned, Jakes. All right. Because you also got chocolate covered Edomites, so-called white people. The spirit of Edom inside of a so-called dark skin. All right. So we have to understand that as well, too. It's just the balance of the spirit. All right. But as of flesh wise, yes, they do look like Edomites. So, for the sake of the title, we're going to go with that. OK, until it be revealed, But yeah, they're complaining, but for a wrong reason, man, because at the end of the day, they're going to complain, but they're still going to trust in this place, whether it be our people or the heathens, man, because Esau is in rulership right now. OK, going back to Job 9:24 and also Isaiah 25:7. All right. He is the covering cast upon all people. Everybody follows after this man's philosophies. Everybody follow after all this man's words. All right. His words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. They don't see the evilness. That's how much of a smooth talker and subtle Esau Edom is, man. And that's how Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai made him. That's how honestly, that's the evil twin brother of Yahweh, because Yahweh ultimately means supplanter. All right, somebody, little finesser in a nutshell. But he righteously finessed Esau, man. If you look at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Lord set all that up for that to happen. Not help in Egypt, but in the Most High Yahweh. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's our people, that they don't seek after, the spiritual things. They seek after carnal things. They seek after man. All right. They fear man more than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They fear Esau's technology, their draconian laws. Okay. They fear, hell, they just fear about the consequences about talking about the white man. A lot of our people, they start to get that whispering. They'll whisper so hard when they try to talk trash about the white man. That shit be so funny. I'm like, man, it's so-called 2023. Talk your shit. They talk shit about you in front of you. You might as well talk shit, and then hell, you want to laugh about it. Because at the end of the day, these heathens are still going to end up in slavery. We will never forget that, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set all that up through the Spirit. All right. Which is going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. All right. They all shall fail together, man. All right. Once you go down to Egypt. And another precept that can go good with this is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go on unpunished, man. Because a lot of our people, they believe that they are some good, so-called white people. If they are, ultimately that's up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and via the angels and the elect, the 144,000, they shall judge in that matter. If you want to get technical with it, they will be the judges of that matter, man. So either way, it's going to be judged regardless. But our people will fight tooth and nail. They will real life throw away their whole heritage, their blessings, the covenant, just because Esau, Edom, aka so-called Caucasian man or woman, cannot make it in the kingdom of heaven. And we say it like that as they're going to be servants and slaves in the kingdom of heaven. Just like how we serve our captivity in their rulership, whether it was, the elites or two-time losing Edomites, you got to take that up with the Lord, and you're going to lose that argument instantly. It's not even going to be an argument. Okay? Judgments. If your bloodline go back to the house of Esau, Edom. Okay? But yeah, Egypt is falling. Babylon is falling, man. In Jeremiah 51. But let me get into these videos right quick.
Is anyone else just very concerned about the state of our economy? So when my mom was growing up, my grandmother was a single mom, and she raised 5 kids and
having CPTSD and then
rent. And I'm just trying to understand, how does that make sense to you? Rent is so crazy expensive that my husband and I literally sold one car to save money. So now we literally have one car, and we don't have kids. It's just the two of us, and we can barely make ends meet. And my husband is in finance. He has a really, really, really good, amazing job, who makes 6 figures a year, and we are still struggling, and we cannot afford to buy a house, and we don't have kids. If we had kids, I genuinely cannot even imagine how we would afford it. And truly, that is with having corporate job. I cannot imagine the Americans who do work at grocery stores as their full-time sole income and are raising children. How are they living? How can anyone survive to live in this economy? It's so bad. And I feel we need to start talking about this, because it's just terrible. And then the older generations want to say, oh, well, you guys, like the younger people, you guys don't want to work. No, I don't believe that. I think that we're very hardworking, but I also think that what is the incentive? Because genuinely, what is the incentive anymore? I feel like the American dream does not exist. I feel like the American dream does not exist. I feel like the American dream does not exist.
Yep. And it definitely don't. It's dead, man. Put the fork in the bitch, it is dead. What that other one? Damn, female man.
My millennial families, especially the ones with kids, are you okay?
I don't think anyone's okay, and I don't think we're gonna be okay for a long time. Our generation is stuck. Our parents' generation, when I remember as a child that $5 in gas could get you to the lake with a snack. But $5 in gas now is just laughable. My husband works for the state. He makes pretty good money, but most, if not all of it, goes towards rent. And then all the utilities and food. We are... It's like you go to work and to pay for a house to sit in that you can starve in. And it's, rough because we don't qualify for food stamps.
And let me pause it, because that's why it says in Matthew 6:19 and 20, roughly paraphrasing, that don't store up your treasures or put all your effort or trust in a place where moth, doth corrupt and rust cometh. All right. Roughly paraphrasing it, but in a society or in a place where things are temporarily and tangible and things can be stolen, taken away. Prime example, America. You can have something. I done heard plenty of people having nice things and people either stealing them or, stealing them, trying to steal them, or has been stolen from them, man. All right. And that's only in Babylon the Great. Mind you, another reason why everything is so high, because of the value of the dollar, man. All right. It's declining. All right. And there's numerous of articles out here that a lot of people think that we're conspiracy nuts. But you can clearly see that shit is going up. Gas is going back up. You know why? $300 a barrel. Look it up. We're not lying to you. The shit is only going to get worse. The American dream is dead, man.
Now I have a child that is disabled, which is why I'm a stay-at-home mom. I can't go to work because he has therapy. I have to be there with him for therapy or he can't go. He's about to start 30 plus hours of therapy a week.
And America's so fucked up, thinking about Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that, prescribe unrighteous decrees, and they write them, and they are grievous, man, to the people, man. It's very vexing and soren to the people, because in America, what they promote, you have to pay for every damn thing. Everything comes with a price, no matter what you do. All right. Even if something is free, it's still some shit in there that comes with the price. Either you like dealing with the interest rates. That's straight up usury. That's against the scriptures, man. All right. Usury is not, what it is, man. Asking for 10%, 40%, 60%. All that is dead, man. That's why this place is so fucked up and so much in debt, going back to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6, man. All right. Let me play.
Someone has to take him. Scriptures. We have a car. It's paid for. That's good. But the insurance on that car, it's about to run out. My daughter has to go to school. So for the first week of school for this year, she's staying with my mom. So that way my mom can take her back and forth to school until we can get paid so we can get the insurance back on her car. Because you can't drive without insurance, apparently. We're all struggling. We're all trying to figure out how to survive. And we're all freaking out about it. But we were taught to stay silent. And so that's what we're doing. The silent depression, as you said. So, yeah, no one's okay. All the dreams that we were told as a child, go to school, go to work, do your best. You're going to get this house. You're going to have the life that you want. It's not happening for us. The only thing we can do now, or I feel like the only thing I can do now is to work to make my children's lives better. And then I'm just going to struggle because that's just how it's going to be. I don't know. We're all freaking out. All of us are freaking out. So.
And to be real, that sums up the matter, man. That really sums it all up. Being in Babylon the Great, that's what's going to happen. Especially you being a parent. So your child won't catch the hell that you went through as a child. Now you have to go through the same shit as an adult just to try to prevent from your child experiencing what the shit you've been through, man. Like I say, it's a lose-lose situation in this place. Everybody want to trust in this motherfucker. Then meanwhile, you got elections and stuff going on, especially our people. They love to say, oh, you need to get in them polls, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, through the spirit, I might spaz out on an individual. Like, because it's so crazy. All this stuff going on. It's like your house on fire, you inside, and you just sitting there saying, nah, it ain't that hot. Come on, man. You inside a burning fucking house. It's hot. I mean, you're going to feel that heat soon. Whether you lying or not, you're going to feel the heat soon. In reality, you stay in there long enough, you're going to burn up. But that's our people, man. Trusting in oppression. Trusting in this filthy place, man. Shit terrible. And it says Assyrian is the Most High's instrument. All right. The whipping stick. All right. The slayer. Okay, Esau, Edom, now is the new Assyrians, all right? And this what is going into right now. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, woe to them that that decree unrighteous decree and right grievousness which they have prescribed. Let's go on to that. To cut out, degree, inscript, set, govern. See, government. All right, the government got all types of laws and legislations and backup codes. And man, you'll be surprised if you really, and I know the elder apostle Tahar went into it because he was into law and stuff like that. He's still into it. That's how I kind of learned a little bit more. All you got to do is just type up certain things dealing with the government, like the state you in, and read up all the type of laws, different laws and stuff in that government, in the state that you're in, and different areas got different other codes and blah, blah, blah. Like they got all types of things just to further oppress the Israelites, man. Okay. Also in Psalms, the 94th chapter, when it says mischief by law. All right. They cause us mischief and destruction by the grievous laws that he prescribed upon the people in the land. All right. To trace one lawgiver. Can't get no simpler than that. The law printed, set, note, appointed, lawgiver, governor, decree. And that's mainly how they keep controls of the people, so-called controls of the people. But now through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, the Lord is stirring up all types of prophecies that's being fulfilled, he's stirring them up. Now it's uproars of the people, all right, around the world and in Babylon the Great. Okay, even though it done died down a little bit in Babylon the Great, but it's going to pick back up, especially when that MARK be mandated in the streets of Babylon, man. When that prophecy come to pass. Let me get Habakkuk since I quoted it. Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a proverb against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his? All right, that's Esau Edom. He increased in riches and by unrighteous dealings, going back to Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 10, verse 8. All right, that's how he conquered the whole world, by unrighteous dealings. All right, wickedness, rape, robbery, and murder, just to receive his riches, man. Okay, deceit and all. Woe to him that increased that which is not his, how long, and to him that laid him himself with thick clay. And we already should know what the thick clay represents. It really goes into the national debt clock. All right, heavy debts, weight of pledge, thick clay, pawn goods. All right, and it's basically going into debt, hence load of debt, which one has, let me see, contracted. All right, and this place has contracted many debts by cheating the other nations, man. And that's ultimately what it boils down to. Esau Edom is a sore loser and a cheater. And that's how he got all the nations to bow down to his will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, through the power of deception, deceiving the nations. And ultimately, that number one power was the sword. All right. The modern day, so-called warrior. All right. Well, the sword today is the modern gun, of course, and the missiles. All right. And the laser beams, the DEW, stuff like that. All right. So on and so forth. But Esau Edom always had that spirit and that mind to be real great and crafty with the sword, man. And with the tongue, being a serpent. And the serpent was basically the spirit of Esau, man. The serpent was a man, not an actual serpent. Let me get Isaiah 24. It said, judgment on the earth. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the habitations thereof. And that's going to happen through the nuclear missiles. Okay. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury. All right, there was that word usury, man. So with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken this word. The earth mourneth, and fadeth away. The earth languisheth, and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And that is Esau Edom that did that, because they was in rulership for quite some time, and all they did was destroy the land. That's why we have something called a land Sabbath. That's why the land is mourning. All right. That's why certain events happen upon the earth, because the land is fighting back. The earth is fighting back. through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because this earth is a living organism. But people don't see that. Verse 6, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right. And you can go to Zechariah, the 5th chapter, going into the curse being the UFOs, the so-called UFOs. All right. The UAPs, but we know them as the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which are being driven by or being controlled by the angels of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And the ultimate curse, the other curse, the twofold of it, the second fold, is the nuclear missiles, the ICBM and the hypersonic missiles, going back into Zechariah 14 and 12. Okay. So it's twofold with that. All right. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. All right. That flying roll being a curse upon the earth, which is the chariots, man. They always bring terror and mayhem, and especially future mayhem that's about to come, man. And ultimately that fathership of Yahweh Shai is gonna get busy too, man. Let me go down to verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. The wine represents the wisdom. All right. Because pursuing the Amos 8 and 11 and 12, people in that time, once the famine of the word hit and they realize all hell is breaking loose and it's too late, they're going to be seeking the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but the Lord is going to remove them from off the corners, man. All right. They're not going to be on the corners no more preaching this word. The word is going to be shut up, and it's going to be straight judgment out here. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. The mirth of the land is slow. It's gone, man. All right. It's fading away, man, greatly. All right. Kahalayam la Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ever since the damn the LDs, man. All right. And the C99 came into play. And now they're saying another wave coming. Wave 2. Which they already done said in the interviews. And it's just so funny how blind people are, man. People are just fucking going, man, for no apparent reason. But all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Don't make no damn sense. Go to Jeremiah 51. Babylon judge for the sins against Israel. Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. That destroying wind, that nuclear destruction, that beacon of destruction, man. That sweeping agent that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has for the earth, but mainly for Babylon the Great. Things in Isaiah 13. Let me see. I think it's 13. 14. Okay. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. This going into Esau's judgment. All right. Them and their whole house, their whole remnant shall be destroyed after they serve their purpose of judgments, man. Hardcore bondage and slavery for a good period of 1,000 years, man. All right. Like the scriptures say in Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That prophecy has to come to pass. They have to serve captivity. They have to serve their purpose in building up our kingdom. Just like we serve our purpose building up their kingdom, the Lord is going to, the Lord is going to give us a spirit, spiritual powers in order to, execute judgments, man. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, Sabaoth, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, the son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right. And the rulers of Babylon, New Babylon, are the Edomites. And he's going to cut them off, man. He's going to cut off the nation of Edom, pursuing the Obadiah, the first chapter, which is only a 1-chapter book. Verse 23, I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh of Sabaoth. All right. Boy, the Lord gonna sweep this bitch, man. And that's the fanners in Jeremiah 51. And that's the destroying winds in Jeremiah 51 and 1 and verse 2, which I'm about to read. And I will send upon Babylon fanners, that they shall fan her and shall empty her land. For the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right. And that's also going into that besom of destruction. All right. The fanners, by the way of the nuclear wave, the waves that's going to come from the fire, man. All right. That nuclear so-called blast. And then the fire. Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare not ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, and the Lord Yahweh of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. And that's talking about spiritually, okay, on a spiritual and mental aspect, because we have to come out the ways and the philosophies of our captivities. And we had to, of our captivity, which is in New Babylon, which is America. All right. We discontinue from our heritage. So we had to relearn everything, man. All right. We had to relearn history, relearn, everything everything that was taught upon us. We had to relearn through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which is the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. They had led us greatly, man, through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost. Those men have the spirit on them, man. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, because the iniquity has reached unto the clouds of heaven. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he will render unto her a recompense, a payback, man. All right, rightfully so. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have been drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And that's how you know this talking about New Babylon, because old Babylon was just conquering the different lands in those regions that they had. But this is talking about conquering the whole earth and different nations. And they was drunken off of the philosophies and the democracies of America. This is talking about America, because ancient Babylon did not get destroyed by fire. All right. They got taken out basically under I forgot what it's called. like under siege type moment. It was like a, them being drunk and, being full off of, a feast and so on. They surgical strike. The water Yabashim Yahushua, surgical strike, like an inside type job. It was real, quiet and so on and so forth, man. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heaven, and that is lifted up even unto the skies. Trying to find it in Revelation. Heavens. Jared. I'm going to find it. Hold on, Salakia. Here you go. I knew it was around. The water Yabashim Yahushua. Babylon is falling. Revelation 18 and I'll start at 1. And after these things, I saw another angel came down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Having great power, and the earth was lightened. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll do a reproof video on that. Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitations of devils, and hold the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Because that's what's going to happen in the future to come. That's the only thing that's going to be inherited in the land of Babylon, pursuing I believe Isaiah the 34th chapter. The doleful creatures and desert-like creatures, Salakia. Desert-like creatures are going to inherit the aftermath, the after destruction of Babylon the Great. Verse 3, for all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundancy of her delicacies. All right. And that's the main reason why these nations are going to weep and mourn, because they're not going to be able to conduct business with them no more. Because though they still hate America, they just using the whore. All right. Taking advantage, doing what they got to do, and still, get their little rocks off and still be mad at the simple fact that whore wasn't shit. That's how, confusing these people and these other heathens are. They know this whore ain't shit, but they still want to still lay down with her. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, and that ye be not partakers of her sins, and ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right. And that basically is going into destruction. All right. And ultimately payback. All right. In the kingdom of heaven, slavery, the total annihilation of Esau's empire, their rulership, America, because that's going to be the new monument in the kingdom of heaven, a new memorial, Salakia, a new memorial in the kingdom of heaven. How the new Babylon, or Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, got burnt with fire. How she was once, had all nations under a dark veil, a dark covering cast upon all peoples. And then sooner or later, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit upon the earth for them to fight back. All right. Basically going against the real cancer and the real evil bad guy of the earth. Okay. So I'm going to close out with that, praying that it was an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Before I close out, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us his truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Wadash. All right, till next time I say shalom, shalom. This place is over. The American dream is no more, man. It was falsified the entire time, man. So it's time to come back unto the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Ba'ashem Rekah Wadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Shalom, shalom to the remnant of Israel. All right. Peace, love, and blessings. And, of course, again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone through the spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.